It's your boy, the Business Real, the People's Champ, back with another YouTube live stream. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Sabbath day. Shalom, Israel. All praises to the Most High and Christ blessed. How you ninjas doing? Oh, man, beautiful day today. Beautiful day. A little cloudy, but it's beautiful. We're going to take it, man. Yeah, top of the hour, 5:03 Eastern Standard Time. Sabbath day, April 27th, 2024. Oh, man, Eastern Standard Time, if I didn't say that already, so there's no confusion where I'm at. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's doing well. Disclaimer, you don't want to be here? Don't be here. Plenty of YouTube streets. And if you remain, please hit the like button. Subscribe, smash the bell, share to your socials, share the fake book, and whatever else. Right? Share. Somebody may benefit from it if you don't. And I appreciate it very much. Help us stay in the algorithm. Help us stay in rhythm. Those who don't want to be here and you're still staying, I don't understand you people. Plenty of places to be. Move around. Shout out to Love Dorsey. Move around. But by you staying, you must want to stay subconsciously. That's okay too. We'll take the watch hours. It all goes in the pot some kind of way. The seatbelt light is on. It may come off later. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe not on this stream, but a future stream. We'll see. It's really not going to be a long one. One little riff off. Oh, really for the ladies, man. You know, I try to give y'all actionable solutions, not theory, but an actual actionable solutions. Ooh, that was a tongue twister. Try to give things you can actually do, just not theoretical. So, and this is for ladies of all ages, all situations, all situations. I'm gonna try to. I'm talking to women 18 and up. Um, First, I'm talking the majority of you. The majority of you are single. The majority of you are childless. Just looking at the stats. I mean, we can do basic math, right? Just rough math, right? There are roughly 23 million black women. I'm speaking of black women. This may apply to other women as well who watch me, but I'm talking to black women. There are roughly 23 million of you, right? Currently in existence in this country. Only about 25% of you are married. The majority of you who are married are older. If we look at younger women, less of you are married. It's more like 10%. Okay. But there are 23 million of you. There are only about 10 million children, black children, in existence. So all of you can't be married. Even the majority, all of you can't have children. So I hear people say that all the time. The majority of black women have children. That's not true based on the numbers. I find it funny, fellas, how you understand the numbers when it benefits men, but when it benefits the ladies, some kind of way y'all get confused on math. Your math don't start mathing when it goes the other way. I find that funny. 23 million black women, only 10 million black children. And what's the hang up? The majority of black women don't have children. Okay. Interesting enough, right? But y'all don't understand stats, so y'all try to extrapolate things out of the stats and the numbers to to support a narrative that already exists in your minds. That's disingenuous, fellas. We got to call it down the middle. Got to call it down the middle. Checking in with the chat. Amanaz, my co-host, everybody's favorite co-host, has checked in. She says with her signature, "Hey y'all, hey y'all." She says, "I'm gonna get that damn sound bite. I might do it today. I might bother her and see if I can get that sound bite. I want that. Hey y'all." And I want it so that her logo comes up when I play it. I want it like that. That's how I want it. I want her logo to come up. Hey y'all. I love it. I love it. But anyway, yeah. So I hope that clears up some numbers. It's really not that difficult. It's really not that difficult. For women, for the majority of black women to have children, that means we'd have to have something like what, 13 million children? Under, children are 17 and under. That's what children are. From 1 to 17, those are children. The real definition of children. We're not talking about them 18, 19, 22-year olds. Not talking about them. Those are adults. Children, 17 and under. The majority of black women are single and childless. Just like with black men. Isn't that interesting? Anyway. And I see them all the time because I go outside. Sometimes I just sit on the porch like I'm doing today. I'm sitting on the steps. I see them walking by. It's a couple of sisters in our neighborhood here who they just walk every weekend. They walk around the neighborhood to get their exercise in. Attractive women, shapely women. I just see them. Hey, how you doing? Oh, okay. Wave at me. Keep it moving. I see them all the time. I'll go to Walmart. I see them. I can tell by the way they're shopping. They don't have a buggy. Well, we call it a buggy here in the South. In the North, we call it a shopping cart. They don't have a cart full of groceries. Like you could tell when somebody's shopping for children. I mean, especially those of us who had children. I know my buggy stayed full. These girls, these ladies, they be having, a couple of items, basic stuff. They ain't buying big rolls of supplies and bundles. That's not what they're doing. So you could tell by what they're buying most of the time. They're not shopping in the kids section. You know, they're not in the toys section. You don't see their kids with them. And if you buy groceries, you go to a grocery store regularly. Guess what? So do other people. You start seeing them regularly. That's a good segue into a conversation. Hey, how you doing today, Miss Lady? I didn't see you last week. Yeah, I come here every Saturday. I come here every Sunday, whatever. Normally I see you. I hadn't seen you. Start going places regularly, fellas. And that gives you something, you incel type of dudes, it gives you something, a natural conversation to strike up with somebody. Hey, how you doing? Oh, that's all you got to say. And then the next time you see him, hey, how you doing? I didn't see you last week. I come here every Saturday. Sometimes ladies be dying for a guy just to have some regular conversation with him, not something weird and creepy. Just regular conversation. And then they might even return a choosing signal, right? It's for them to respond, say, hey, you got what you doing later? Oh man, the game coming on tonight. I might go over to Wingstop and watch the game, get some wings. Oh for real, which one stop you go? I go to the one in the university area. Where IHOP is, right? Yeah, but oh, okay, hey, you know what? You should check me out. If you ain't doing nothing, I'll be there. Things. The conversation gets hard when when you don't do normal things because then you have nothing normal to talk about. Ugh. But I'm sorry, y'all. Give me a second to get straight. My butt started hurting, man. I had to sit on something soft. I'm sorry, but yeah, it ain't hard, man. Just to be a normal, genuine person. Being weird and difficult and abnormal is that's the problem. That's hard. Being a weirdo, put a lot of energy into that, fellas. Let's be regular. Do something. I mean, we used to wash our cars on the weekends. Go wash your car. A lot of times the ladies be out there washing their cars. You know, be out, just be involved and not involved at the same time. Just go outside, go to the park, fellas. We all can use a little exercise. Go shoot some hoops, even if you ain't a baller. Just go kick the ball around for a little while. Just get some exercise. Just be active. Go for a walk, fellas. I tell the ladies to get sunshine. Y'all need to get some sunshine too. Makes y'all skin look better, you know. But I see them all the time. I don't really understand what's the difficulty and why we want to not go a mile away to a park, but we'll go 1,000 miles away to sit in a hotel in another country poolside. And what did what did Coach say? Looked like a bunch of seals that been marooned on the beach or somebody said like that. Real funny. That's what y'all look like. Don't nobody get in the water. Everybody just sitting laying on the beach because you can't swim or whatever it is. You won't even get your ankles wet. Um, you know, I don't swim like I used to. I go to the beach, I get a dip. I try to dip my head in the water. Then I go out and sit on the doggone beach and dry off and then do it again. That's my routine now. I used to be all in the doggone ocean. Especially when my kids were younger, all of my kids can swim. So they're like, especially the boys, they're like fishes. They're like fishes. I know I'm saying it wrong. Fish is plural. I get it. That's my poetic license, y'all. But go out. Go outside, man. So anyway, what I was gonna say to the ladies today. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Yeah, I did my disclaimer. I thought I didn't just do my disclaimer. Yeah, I did it. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. But yeah, get outside. You never know what you're gonna see. I see attractive women all the time. Attractive women all the time. And I just don't understand what the difficulty is. Charlotte is not an anomaly. I've lived in other cities, other states, and I wherever I go, I see this, man. A diamond in the rough kind of thing. That's what I look for. I don't look for the the women that other men typically want. You know. They want the women after I get them. You know, that's what usually happens. But I like women who I find attractive. That's what I like. And then the dudes, you know, they come out of the woodworks then and they be trying to stalk me or run behind me. They love running behind me, man. You know. And then I gotta deal with calls like this.
This man should Yo, Mace, I'm gonna make this short and to the point. I'm a fan of yours. You know my kids like you, they dance to you. You know we like what's going on with you. All I'm saying is don't give my girl your number no more.
What?
Don't give my girl your number no more, man.
Who your girl, baby?
Listen, man, listen. You wild, easy to get, son. You know what I'm saying? I've been to jail twice, man, and I'm not scared, and I love, and I want to go back. You understand what I'm saying? So don't give my girl your number no more, man.
Come on, babe, with all that, yo.
When the smoke clear, man, Puff Daddy and all them niggas you running with, man, ain't gonna be there, man. And neither will you, man. So I'm gonna close it off like that, B. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever, babe.
I'm gonna leave it like that, son.
All right, man.
I'ma leave it like that, son. Who your girl be? Man, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten that call. I got one, what was it, about 2 years ago. I was just sitting here chilling. This wait a minute, was it 2 years ago? Maybe 3, I don't know. You know, y'all know with the 2 and 3 years, it all runs together. Anyway, this African dude started calling me, accusing me dealing with his girl. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who his girl was. I think he got the wrong number. This dude, I ended up talking to this dude for like 6 months. This dude made it a point to call me regularly. And every time I'm like, man, I don't know what he's like, yo, I know your girl. My girl was there yesterday. I'm like, what? Man, look, man, I ain't seen your girl, B. Who your girl, B? I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, what? What? I don't know what he was talking about, man. 6 months, man. I'm giving him advice. I tried to become his friend. Like, look, homie, maybe you need to focus more on talking to your girl than talking to me, because obviously she got another dude, and it damn sure ain't me, because I'm always on the phone with you. Like, how could she be here and I'm always on the phone with you? I'm like, yo, you want to FaceTime me or something? Like, you want a video chat? You want to duo me? What you want to do, man? Like, I'll be happy to duo you so you can see ain't nobody here, man. Like, what is going on, bro? This dude was funny, man. I did not know who that dude girl was, man. Whatever, B. Whatever, B. Aminaz says, and if we're a few days away from the beginning of beach weekend month or season, or is there really an official beach weekend month? Like, so, I mean, we saying that's May, or is that June? What we saying that is? Anyway. What's your girl name, B? Oh, no. Don't give my girl your number no more, B. You wild easy to get, son. And I wants to go back to jail. Oh my God. I remember when that first came out, me and my boy Aaron. Coincidentally, his name was Aaron Johnson. That's my boy. Shout out to AJ. AJ, man, me and AJ used to clown off of this. That was like the funniest shit to us. I was watching a podcast earlier. Brothers was talking, and he said, "Yeah, that no Diddy shit is funny to me." Yeah, and like you could just like it just sticks in your head. You like that's how certain things are to me too. So I understood what he said. Certain little things to be funny as hell, and you the only one that really get it, or you and another person might get it, man. wild easy to get, son. And I wants to go back to jail. I love to go back. Well, dude, if you go back to jail, I'll just wait till you go back to jail and I'll talk to your girl while you in jail. Like what? Like what the logic at here? Wild easy to get, son. Who your girl? May's voice is really low key and calm, so that should have fucked with you if you are angry dude. What you mean? What you mean? Who your girl be? Oh man, that dynamic is hilarious. 24 hours to live. What would you do? What would you do? Who would you screw? Or would you deny that your ass about to die? Mace was hot, man. I don't know why a lot of people be sleeping on how hot Mace was. That video, man, with what was that? With the he did that shit with the locks and DMX. X, I'm gonna get you there first. Nah, I know one thing. I'm gonna do you worse. I love X. Shout out to X, man. DMX, R.I.P. DMX. Yeah, the unique style, man. I love that dude. What? And he always bring that style out, no matter what he doing. I remember he was singing. He was singing in the jail with Chris Rock on Top 5. Chris Rock was like, he looked up and realized X was in the other cell. What you doing here, man? What you mean what I'm doing here? I'm always here, nigga. I'm X. Yo, you got a minute? I can share something with you. I'm getting tired of all this rap shit. And he started singing this crazy song, but he put his style in it. What? He's singing it. Go, what? Shout out to DMX. Shout out to Maze. Shout out to Lil Locks. Styles P, who had the best verse on that 24 Hours to Live, by the way. Shout out to Jada. Jada Kiss, your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. What would you do? Who would you screw? Would your ass deny? Well, would you deny that your ass about to die? Take kids out the ghetto, show them that they never had to settle. I think that was Style Peter said that, right? My mind works in clips. It's kind of like Paul Beatty, if any of you have ever read any of Paul Beatty's writings, or any of his, sometimes you can catch him performing live, some old video clips of him performing live. Paul Beatty is a poet, one of my favorites. Big Bank, Take Little Bank is what he's one of his more famous poems, but he always has, like, before sound bites and soundboards that we utilize today became popular, he described it in his poetry, like little sound bites. That was his genius, and he was a good writer too. He wrote a book called The White Boy Shuffle, which I recommend all young men read. That's a very good book if you are interested in getting young men into reading. You know, The White Boy Shuffle is a good book. Gunnar Kaufman was the character in that book. Gunnar Kaufman. He was raised by a single father in LA. His father was a police sketch artist. And Gunnar Kaufman originally grew up in the suburbs, but he had to move, kind of like Boys in the Hood. His mom sent him to live with his father in LA. And that transition, you could imagine, was unique. You know, he was meeting guys in the hood. They were telling him, you know, how to be more hood, how to iron his jeans and t-shirt and white t-shirt. And Gunnar Kaufman was an interesting character. He later became, it was like almost like a autobiography. And you kind of could see Paul Beatty putting himself in the character. You know, And Gunnar Kaufman ended up becoming a basketball star. He was a poet. Who wrote a book. God, I hadn't read this book in years, but I remember it. He wrote a book called Watermelon. Coincidentally, he released a book called Watermelon as well. No relation to the book Watermelon inside the that his character wrote. The Watermelon that he actually released was like famous quotes from Black people. It was a very good book. I had that book. I think my Uncle Milt stole that book from me, and I never got it back. I gotta ask my cousin Milt if he's ever seen that book around the house, or maybe my Aunt Marion. Maybe I'll call her later and ask her about that book. Watermelon. But I had great quotes from famous Black people and not so famous Black people. Wait a minute. Amanaz says, oh, she's answering my question from earlier. She says, Amanaz says, I have designated May the beginning of visiting a beach every weekend. Wow, that's ambitious. That's ambitious. You're gonna get black as hell, baby. You're gonna be black in the mug by the end of the summer. You're gonna look like Give Us Free. You're gonna look like that dude. You go to the beach every summer, get you some suntan oil or something, so you don't be out there cooking every weekend. I ain't getting black like you. "24 hours to live." They was on the bus. Yeah, they was on the jail bus or whatever. And I think they escaped from the bus in the video. I'm trying to remember the video. I need to go watch it. I hadn't seen that in a long time, man. Mace was one of my favorite rappers. That boy was he had a flow. He had a flow. And he was funny, man. I like hearing that dude talk. I like hearing Mace talk. I love hearing Dame Dash talk. Dame Dash be dropping bars, man. Love hearing Dame talk. Well, a lot of things Dame says is over a lot of people's heads, and they don't understand where he's coming from. And we're always looking for that example of an alpha man, you know. I know, like a lot of times I'm talking to women, I'm trying to explain it. I would say Dame Dash would be that dude. He is an alpha. True and true. True and true. Dame Dash is the alpha. You may not like him. You ain't got to like him. He checks all of the boxes. And he's high value at the same time. He's alpha and high value. Shout out to Dame Dash. Shout out to Dame Dash. But what can I say? What can I say? I think I'm gonna follow my own advice. So I'm gonna, for the rest of the year, I'm gonna not do as many panels as I had been doing in 2023 in the beginning of this year. I'll do some one-on-ones. I'll do more one-on-ones. I think, or maybe smaller panels, maybe my co-host and I and a guest kind of thing, you know. I guess technically that would be a panel, but smaller format conversation I think is better. Again, I was watching a show earlier today, and I thought it was a better flow because I had seen some of those people on like 10-person panels, and you really can't appreciate them as much as you can when they're on that. It's like a mob, you know, and the conversation gets distorted. But I was listening to them today, and I said, this is much better conversation. Whether I agreed with the conversation or not is irrelevant. I thought, I mean, again, you can listen to people, understand people, and still disagree with them. But at least their communication, that format, I think, was much better for them because it wasn't distracted by unnecessary ish. I didn't watch all of it, but I watched a good chunk of it, you know. Um, and I found it, I wasn't watching anything else at the time, so it was great communication and enough to keep my attention, keep me engaged for a period of time. Oh man. Now back to today's topic. What's the topic today? Get to the point, V. Get ready for the sun, right? Something like that, I said. So a few days ago, and I've been saying it for a while now. Ladies, here's the actionable shit I promised. If you're looking for a man, matter of fact, I'll extend this. If you're looking to be in some kind of interpersonal relationship with whoever that may be, whoever your fancy is, right? All of y'all could benefit from this. You got to get some sunshine in your life. Tomorrow here in the QC, it's going to be 80, around 80, sunny. That was the last forecast I saw. It's partly cloudy today, so today might not be the best day, but it's actually nice out. The sun has been peeking out, so but tomorrow's definitely gonna be a great day. Take y'all butts outside, man. Going out there. Put a sundress on. Put a little dress on. Skirt, dress, some kind. Show your legs out. Let some air get up under there, in that area, and let it breathe. Okay, gotta let it breathe. It's an organ. Organs gotta breathe. Right? Get outside. Men love legs now. Y'all always worried about getting BBLs and titties. Yes, men like those things. Men like legs too. Black men like legs too. I've seen women who had nice legs but not have nice ass, and I found them attractive. Like, And again, remember what I say. When they bent over, everybody got a nice ass. Everybody. Trust me. Some of the women y'all think don't have nice asses, when they naked bent over, they ass is spectacular. More so than the one who had the BBL or the fat ass that y'all are all crazy about. But because y'all don't see a lot of naked women, y'all don't have my perspective. So that's my perspective. It ain't always got to be a giant round ass for it to be attractive. It's texture. It's smoothness. There's other things that go into that. Density. Hell, temperature. Temperature is the thing. But y'all don't appreciate women like I do, so y'all don't pay attention to those things. I like women whose skin is always warm. No matter what time of year, they always got a warm skin. That's very attractive versus a woman whose skin is cold. Their hands always cold. You touch them like, why are you cold? It's 90 degrees outside. Why are you cold? I like women whose body temperatures are warm. And that matters. I was about to say something nasty, but I am going to say it. I don't think it's that nasty. I know this girl I was talking to in college. Sweet Pea was her name. I can't remember her real name. I remember her name is Sweet Pea. She was kind of like She was kind of a cross. She was shaped like Jada Pinkett, but she looked like um Erica Badu in the face with the light eyes. Like she didn't have green eyes, but she had like a lighter brown eyes and freckles, and she was very cute to me. I wouldn't say she was all that pretty. She was cute, and petite, and not my normal type. But anyway, she worked at Walmart, and that's how I met her. I was at Walmart getting some fucking shit, college kid shit, and I would always see her at Walmart. So this particular time, she spoke to, hey, good to see you again. I'm like, yeah, yeah, how you doing? What's your name again? Again, that sparked up that conversation. Um, I'm like, you see me you know me from the yard? Nah, nah, nah. I'm not in school. Oh, okay. She's like, I just see you in here all the time. I'm like, oh, that's what's up. Well, me being, being who I was back then, well, you should see me all the time, not just in here. So, we got numbers. I had my little black StarTAC phone on my hip, which was a rare thing back then. But I did. I mean, we're talking about 94, 94. Everybody ain't have cell phones back then, but we had them, a few of us. I had my little StarTAC, the black one, Motorola. So I gave her the number and it slid her the digits. And we end up hooking up. Let me tell you something about Sweet Pea. She'd call her ass Hot Pea. For some reason, she didn't have a giant ass. She had a little petite shape. The Jada Pinkett shape. And I ain't talking about Jada Pinkett now. I'm talking about Jada Pinkett back in the day shape. And Jada Pinkett ain't that much different, but she don't put a little weight on. Anyway, Jada got a little bit more curvy than what she was back then. I'm talking about that. I'm in the bond, Nate Jada Pink. So anyway, Sweet Pea had the hottest coochie I could remember. For whatever reason, her coochie was always like, to me, it was hot. Like noticeably warmer than what you would think coochie would be. Noticeably. And that shit was sexy to me. I never said it to her. It was just one of them petty things. It was always in the back of my mind. Just always hot. Always hot. Sorry, everybody. My dog on charger again. I gotta order. I tell you, these chargers go out every 6 months. I gotta order a couple of more. It'll be here next week. I can't. I don't think it's the phone because I got two phones that kind of respond the same way with these chargers. But anyway, we'll correct that problem. My phone is pretty solid, so I don't really see a reason to replace it. But um, anyway. But yeah, Sweet Pea had the hottest coochie. Now, I was a young man then. I didn't know what I know now. Now, had I run across that now, it would really fascinate me. I'd have to get a doggone temperature. I mean, I'd really have to measure that shit. It just to in today's world. That's what I would do. I mean, but back then I didn't know. I mean, it was noticeable to me and I'm aware of it. I remember it, but I'm more analytical now than I was back then. So yeah, I'd have had to measure that shit today, boy. Sweet pea had shit was like fucking a warm bath, like a or more than a warm bath, like a hot bath. It was something, man. It was something. Sweet pea. Shout out to Sweet pea, man. I remember that girl snuck me in her doggone house. Her parents were supposed to be going in, and they tried to leave or something, and had to come back and leave again in the morning. And this girl stashed me in her closet. I mean, remember I'm 18 years old back then, you know. So she was around my age too. She was like around 18, 19. So she was still living with her parents. I was living on the yard. Um, I didn't have my car on campus at this time, so she came to pick me up. She had a nice little Mustang. Um, Ironically, too, that was like one of the first four cylinder Mustangs. I didn't even realize they made four-cylinder Mustangs. Um, for that particular year of her car, it was a little older car, 80 something. But I didn't realize that they made it. But it was a convertible. It was cute. It was a girl. It was a chick car. um, Had to stash me in her damn closet, man, because her parents popped up on us. Damn it. I was mad as hell. But I redeemed myself the next night because I didn't leave. I mean, that was the fun because her parents ended up leaving again. The They ended up leaving that next morning anyway. So it was only like a couple of hours that I was stashed in her closet. Um, but for fear of her mom and dad just walking in her room or whatever kind of thing, and she didn't want to lock the door because then that would be suspicious. Already had to get rid of the Badissi smell in a hurry. Her dad would have been in there like Bernie Mac. What's that smell? um, but yeah, man, good times, man, back then. Good times. Good time. But get outside, ladies, is what I'm saying, man. That's the point of all of this. Tomorrow's a good day. It'll be games on. I gave y'all an idea. Go to Chipotle, get you a salad bowl. Um, which I'm craving. I haven't had one in a while. I love Chipotle. Get you a little salad bowl, chicken. I like to get mine with chicken and steak. You know, however you get you the beans and stuff, however y'all get yours, that's how I know how I like mine. And I always see young ladies at Chipotle every time I go, no matter what time I go. It could be in the afternoon, it could be early evening. I always see them here in Charlotte at the one in University. Um, you got a Wing Stop. It's gonna be a lot of brothers out at Wing Stop trying to watch games, and Applebee's is a good place. Get you a salad or some light little, whatever light meal. You don't want to have no. I don't want you to be sitting up in there chomping on a big T-bone steak. Don't do that. Something light, grilled chicken, salad. We sit at the bar. Sit at the bar using Kevin Samuel's advice. I'm expanding on it. You know, the dress I agreed with him. Um, Going to the bar, get you a little salad, whatever game time is. You could do a couple of these things. I'm not sure what game time is tomorrow. Does it really matter? It's playoffs. It's gonna be games going on at different times throughout. And Applebee's always got games playing. Go out there, chill. Some Applebee's even have. I don't know if they all put their chairs up, but some of them got outside dining or whatever, and go. You could do both. You can go to the park early in the day, go for a little walk, and then go to Applebee's for dinner, or or go to Applebee's for lunch, and then go to the park before it get dark, or walk around like here in Charlotte. We have it's called the Boardwalk, and it's a little lake, a little man-made lake. A lot of shops, like little restaurants out there. There'll be always people out there. Great place to walk. Sit on the bench, walk around the park, stand on the bridge, watch the ducks. You could do that at night. There's always people out there. So just go out. Just go out there and just sit. And just sit out there. You know? Whatever your little hobby is, reading a book. I said candles the other day. You can't make candles outside, but you know, get you a hobby that you could do outside. Sit on the sit on the bench and knit. If that's your hobby, for example. Um, do your craft out there, sit in the park. Take your little blanket or get you one of them little chairs, little portable chairs from Walmart. They like $10. Sit out the park, get you a blanket, stretch the blanket out, put your chair up, you know, and just sit out there. Hell, do a little self-made picnic kind of thing. Get you a bottle of water or whatever you want to drink. I don't know if you really want to be drinking wine out there like that by yourself, but whatever, your tea. It's little things you could do. Just hey, and go by yourself. That's the important thing. I know a lot of times you ladies like to team up and partner up. Just go out there do this by yourself. Get some me time away from your girls, away from them. Because what do we always say? Single women keep women single. They keep each other, and older women keep younger women single. And the point is, women keep each other single. Go by yourself. Hey, go out there by yourself. Get some sunshine. We only talk about a couple of hours. You can make it a couple of hours or an hour. Well, you can make this a whole event for the day. Again, I'm giving you options. You can start out going to lunch. Then after lunch, go walk off to lunch. Then after that, especially if you're in here in Charlotte, after that, I'm giving you three places to go. Go to Chipotle for lunch. After Chipotle, go to the boardwalk, walk around. Right? Sit out there on the bench for a little while, just get outside. Then after that, go get you a drink at Applebee's. It starts getting a little dark. Go get you a little drink at Applebee's. After Applebee's, go back to the boardwalk to see what the night crew is like. Right? I'm giving you a whole schedule, a whole itinerary, ladies. Every city is similar to what I'm saying. Hell, you ain't got to do this just in the university area. You could do this in Midtown with the Riverwalk. You could do this Rock Hill. Do this in Rock Hill with their Riverwalk. Nice little area. They got a nice little pizzeria by the river. Nice little park out there. It ain't gotta be nothing fancy. You ain't gotta get super dressed up. Put you a baseball cap on and worry about your hair. Or throw your hair in a wrap anyway. Wrap your hair up, put it in a baseball cap. You ain't got to have no shoes on. Put some flats on or a pair of Air Maxes. As Amanaz would say, she always recommends the Air Maxes to y'all. And her Air Max game is strong. pair of Crocs or whatever, sundress, right? Simple. Just be simple with it. The club look is out. Don't put a whole lot of makeup on because you're gonna be outside. You're gonna be sweating. You're gonna make yourself sweat. Don't do that. Just some lip gloss or whatever. Especially those of you who have nice lips. All you need is a little lip gloss. You know, little red lipstick sometime. Or you know who makes good lipsticks? What's the Daphne Springs? She has her own lipstick line, and she has some crazy colors. They're not too crazy, you know. I'll go over to Sephora. Shout out to Sephora, y'all. They got 20% off if you shop with them through your Cash App. Cash App has stores on there now where you can shop through them, right? It's in the when you add the bonus stuff, where you get like 5-10% off certain stores. Well, they're actually adding stores where you can shop online. Sephora is one of them, and it's like 20% off of Sephora right now for those of y'all who like Sephora. Mhm. I'm thinking about that because my daughter was fascinated by bonuses. I let her use my Walmart card, and she was like, "Wow, I didn't know you like bonuses." She was like, "What you talking about?" I was like, "Yeah, you get certain little bonuses and cash back, and you know, she's young, she don't know, you know." And I was telling her, I was like, "You can do the same thing at certain places through your Cash App card." So I went and looked at it, and I was showing her some of these places. Now, my daughter don't shop at Sephora that I know of. She might. She's into that makeup and shit. Um, but I don't. I never had that conversation with. I guess I should. I'm supposed to be going over there later tonight. To babysit, so we'll see. Maybe I'll remember that particular thing to talk about. Shout out to Imagine. Uh, but yeah, just go. I'm trying to give y'all actions that you can take. Go outside. Go outside. A lot of you ladies claim to be entrepreneurs. Um, hang around the business chamber of commerce in business get-togethers, and usually they're around community colleges and chamber of commerce types of things. And but when I ask y'all all claim to be all these business people. But when I ask y'all, well, what organizations are y'all a part of? And you can't tell me, but y'all always doing some kind of networking with a bunch of other goofy ass ninjas who are networking, and y'all don't even y'all businesses don't even gel. And y'all don't know how to network. Y'all think networking is just going to a bar with a bunch of other people who claim to be entrepreneurs. No, what are you networking for? What is your purpose? What is your business? Y'all don't study your business. That's why 98% of businesses has failed in the black community within 5 years. 80% of them fail within the first year. Right. So after the first year, it's only about 20% of businesses. And over the next 4 years, those are going to slowly fail. So all you're doing is exhausting your capital when you never get profitable. Why? Because you don't network. You don't. What is your product? What are you selling? What is your service? How is your business scalable? How many employees do you have? How can I network with somebody who can provide me insight on how to make my business work better? I actually started up a business consulting as part of one of my a spinoff of my business when I was doing graphic designs and photography because I kept running into people I was doing websites for that didn't know where to go with their business. And they thought, oh, I just get a website and then the money will pour in. No, it doesn't work that way. Now we got to talk about SEO. I mean, well, at that time, most people didn't never had even heard of SEO. They didn't know. But today, most people still don't know what really search engine optimization is really about, and why it's important. I mean, if you're really trying to grow your channel, you should also have a website. I mean, if you understand how Google AdSense works, you should have a website that you can send links to, and it can link to your website, and it can link to your channel, because that's how Google AdSense works. It's how Google works in period. Um, you move up in a search engine by how many sites refer back to yours. Okay. Little tip. But y'all don't want to pay for knowledge. And y'all young men, you think you know everything and things you don't know. So that's why what I'm saying right now is going way over your head. And your website has to be constructed in a way where the coding is maximized or optimized to generate links back to it. W3 Consortium is the internet standard. W3C. Y'all didn't even know that. Y'all never heard of that. You can put your code, or you can submit your website, and it'll analyze the code to see is it optimized. It's a free site. And most web designers never even used it. Never even used it. That was a selling feature for me when I did websites, because I could show people why they should do business with me versus doing business with whoever they was using. Oh, I got a web guy. Really? Okay. Is your website optimized? And they go, what? Well, how do I know? Oh, well, you just type in, you go to this website. This is the leading authority on that one optimization. You go to their website, it's going to analyze your code, and it's going to even tell you what's wrong and how to optimize it and optimize it for you. So is your website designer doing that for you automatically for all of your pages? Because most website designers, we use a template. So once you create the template, and you make sure that the template is optimized, therefore every other page after that is automatically going to be optimized. Thus, your whole site will be optimized. I might be giving y'all too much game. I might be giving y'all too much game right now. And by that not being done, Google will reject your placement or put you might not make the first page, but you end up making the fifth page for me searching for you, when I should find you, the keywords, right? Are your keywords optimized? Or you just over flooding your HTML with a bunch of keywords to try to draw traffic? That's an old tactic we used to do back in the fucking 90s and early 2000s. Well, search engines got smarter and they learned how to weed those out. You can't, your keywords have to be relevant to your site. You got to make sense. Right? What you're selling candles. I'm gonna go back to candles, and you can't be listing car parts in your keywords because car parts are hot at the time, right? That's what people would do. So I go searching for car parts, and all of a sudden this candle website pops up. No, so search engines have become more advanced, and they're going to be even more and more advanced when AI starts getting involved fully. And It's gonna just spit it out. You're gonna get blocked. Google is not gonna put you in their algorithm. Right? Uh, Going back, staying on topic, I went down that rabbit hole. But networking, ladies, like there's nothing wrong with not knowing something. That's the point of networking. You're trying to find somebody who knows something. Same thing, fellas. You got to pay for knowledge. As Kevin used to point out all the time. People ain't gonna give you knowledge for free. Like I just dropped a gem on a lot of y'all wondering why y'all websites ain't getting no traffic. I'm dropping gems on you. I usually charge for this information. $100 an hour. Just to talk to people before. This ain't me designing their website. This is me just talking to them. And I was getting paid. I was getting paid. Club promoters, particularly. I had a lot of club promoters at one point before the recession came in 2010. Oh, I was killing it in the early 2000s. A lot of club promoters and party promoters, and they would come to me for flyer designs, and I would tell them, "Hey, you need to track your marketing. Like you just making a bunch of flyers." A customer asked me, "Hey, like I'm doing all this. I'm spending a lot of money on marketing, and I don't know if it's drawing. I don't see the results when I throw my parties." That was always a common question or concern. And I would also get the one that was, how should I be spending more money on my marketing budget for this per event? And I had some ladies that came to me with that question. They were doing passion parties. We call them sipping sucks and all that kind of shit now, but that's what they were doing. Private strip shows, and they were very elegant and up class. They were doing them at very nice hotels like the Blake Hotel here in Charlotte. So that was a question they asked me. Should they be spending more money on their advertising? And I said, ladies, I would love to take more money from you. But if I take more money from you and make more flyers and charge you more for flyers and things, is it going to draw more traffic to you? No. That's the truth of the matter. That the metrics aren't saying that when I look at the metrics. So what should we do? It was having 5,000 flyers printed at that time. And I say you should spend less money on flyers. They were strange. They were like, what? That's strange. Like, don't you want to make more money? Yes. But I want to give you the results that you're trying to achieve. So here's what I suggest. I put a whole package together. The pictures that y'all are bringing to me, y'all are kind of using generic stripper pictures. Let me take some pictures of a couple of your girls or one of your girls. Give me the prettiest girl. Let me work with her, which ended up becoming Tati. Very pretty girl. I show her pictures over the years. That girl was very pretty, very photogenic and marketable. So, and she fit there with the look of what they were trying to do. She had a high end or a higher end look than the stripper pics that they were sending to me, because they were working with a guy and he was sending me raunchy stripper pics, like think Miami Beach, Luke Doodle Brown kind of look. And they were branching off from him. And I said, well, y'all have a different style, so let me cater to y'all style. So let's spend less money on flyers and let's put your advertising dollars and use them better. So now we're going to do a website. Now we're going to make your Your advertisement be part digital, part off non-digital. With a guy, the guy's name was Malik. He couldn't understand the vision. He wanted to do it his way, the way he always had been doing it, and he was only attracting a certain crowd. You know, hood dudes is what he was attracting. Now, when I started working with the ladies and doing their marketing, now they're attracting guys who work at call centers, girls who work at call centers. Now, other women are wanting to, they're buying tickets to these private events. They wanted to show up too, which was a surprise. At that time, LGBT alphabet people weren't like they are today. So today it would be no shock. But back then it was like, oh, this is another revenue source. So we started marketing heavily to those people too. So, and the parties were great. It was like everybody was partying together. Gay people, straight people, everybody was partying together. And the girls was making more money with getting better tips, better quality people, less security was needed. The hotels were more accommodating because instead of doing, raunchy hotels, um, we're doing, like I said, Blake Hotel, in the La Meridian. Um, what was another hotel they did? Some hotel up in Greensboro, same kind of hotel, little upper scale hotel in the city, but kind of not right in the middle. Like you wouldn't want to necessarily do this kind of event at the loft per se, or something that's like right in the middle at the you know, that kind of thing, Ritz Carlton kind of thing. Well, La Meridian's a little bit off the beaten path, but it's still close enough where you're in it, but you're not in it. Um, so my advice, they made more money with me doing their marketing and giving them business coaching than they had previously in the previous 2 years that they had been working with that goofy guy. Cause he just didn't know shit, man. He was, I'm a hustler, I'm a hustler. Then one of them kind of dudes. Okay. Everybody don't want that vibe all the time, man. Everybody don't want that Cavassier vibe. Sometimes people want the wine glass vibe. They want a cup of glass of wine vibe. They want the margarita vibe, not the Cavassier, not the rum and coke cruise ship vibe. Um, Sometimes people want to lounge. They don't want to turn up. They want to lounge. So that's what the ladies was catering to. Indigo, rest in peace. Indigo died. Very pretty girl, Indigo. I met her through Alicia. I loved Alicia. I don't know where she's at. I hadn't seen her in years. I think her daughter is still on my Facebook page, though. I hear from her daughter every now and then, or I see her daughter every now and then. But loved Alicia. Um, yeah, her business. Because what did I do? Is I set each of them up to focus on their individual businesses and their collaborative business. So Elisa's her business was TaylorMade LLC, and Indigo. I forget what her moniker was, but I showed them the advantage. So you both have an LLC, and now you partner together under your LLCs for a joint LLC. Um, what was it? Purple Passion, I think it was LLC. So now you're protected individually and collectively. You got layers of protection, and you get tax benefits individually and collaboratively. I mean, I opened up their eyes to different things. So these flyers that you're paying me for, they were doing shows multiple times per month, so they were paying me. Let's write this shit off, right? let's do your taxes, and as a way to do some you got a home office set up. Let's be able to write that space off and use that for tax purposes. A lot of little things that a lot of little tricks. So I was helping them. Like I said, we reduced their budget. We went from 10,000 flyers a month. I mean per show to 1,000. Didn't need it because everybody got the emails. So on the flyers, I would put um a link for them to click, and I would take them to their website where they could join the mailing list. Now we got their contact information. So we ain't got to keep printing up flyers for the same group of people. We send them a digital flyer. We share it on socials, you know, at that time, We advertise it on socials too. So then we had people, not a lot, but people come from neighboring states. We had people come from South Carolina, people coming from Virginia, people coming from Atlanta they would hear about, word of mouth, some of these events, and oh yeah, I saw that flyer on my socials. Mhm. Yeah, and then we got the optimization working too. So now, you know, people are sharing our flyers. They're linking back to us or them rather, not us. I always made it sound like I was part of the team when I was working with somebody. I'm invested. I'm part of your team. That's what I'm saying. Us. Mm, yeah. But get out and you got to pay for expertise and marketing. And you may know somebody, you go to one of these networking events, ladies, fellas. Hey, you get into engage with a conversation. Hey, do you know somebody who does um, SEO or marketing? Yeah, you know what? I do have a marketing guy. Your next question says, "Oh, okay. How much does he charge per hour for a consultation?" That marketing, that contact you just met, say, hey, what? Normally he charges $100 an hour, but let me see if I could set something up. Would I do a free introduction to you for 30 minutes or so? And then maybe I can get him to, you know, you can do it for $50 the first time for you for an hour. That's how networking works. I've done it. I've done it. Or I let somebody sit in on somebody else's meeting to hear what we were talking about their business, and they sat in on that discussion that was paid for $100 an hour. You said, and then at the end of that meeting, hey, you know what? I need to schedule something with you for my business or for my other business. So, I met a company. I was up in New Jersey, and Adorama is one of my favorite companies up there. Uh, as far as printing, just photography in general, but they're a fantastic printer. I was doing a lot of like photo books through them for weddings, anniversaries, just anytime you needed some kind of photo book, they were the best at that time. I'm pretty sure they still are today, Adorama. So I was over at Adorama, which is in New York City. I like to always, if I'm in the area, I like to stop by just to put hands on products and meet people that I collaborate with via email. I like to meet them in person. So I'll show up and say, "Hey, man, I'm looking for Dan. Dan, come on. Hey, I'm Dan. Do I know you? Hey, man, I'm the guy from Charlotte that always me and you email each other. Dan Johnson Photography. Oh, okay, yeah, man. I know you. I print your books all the time. Yeah, man. I was in the area and I wanted to put a visual on you. Oh, okay. So I'm talking to this guy, and I said, "Hey, I noticed y'all don't do a lot of flyers. Y'all can, but that's not y'all thing." Nah, nah, nah. I tell you what. While you're here, the guy said to me, "My guy over here, he's the flyer guy. Let me introduce you. 24-hour flyers. They're out of Hackensack, New Jersey. So they became my guys because I met them through another guy. I met them through my photography guys, and they became my flyer guys. Best prices at the time. I don't know if they still are, but they were the best prices and best quality. I mean, it was so good that people would resell them. Like they would set up websites, double the price, and ultimately you were still dealing with 24-hour flyers out of Hackensack. That's what you were dealing with. Um, I never tried to make money off the print. I made money off of the design. So you pay me to design your business card, you pay me to design your flyer, and then I pass the savings through my networking. Who do I use as a printer? Here's who we're going to use. They charge X amount of dollars for this particular product, and you can pay me directly, and I pay them, or you could pay me for the flyer design and you take it directly to them. A lot of people would just pay me just for the hassle. They didn't want to have to deal with the back and forth to make sure that the everything was in. I mean, when you got it from me, everything was right. The margins were right. The cut lines were right. I gave you everything. But if something had to be adjusted, they didn't want to deal with it. They wanted me to deal with it, so they would go through me, and I never upcharged them. It's kind of like you got a mechanic, you buy the parts, you pay him to put the parts on. He doesn't charge you a markup on the parts because you ain't paid the parts. Good mechanics. Now some mechanics, they want to make money on the labor and they want to make money on the parts too. So um, they trying to think of an example. Brakes, for example. Most people go buy the brake pads. You go buy this, you go buy that, everything you need for your brakes. You go to the guys, $50 an axle, $100 per axle, depending on, I don't know what it is today, but I know with inflation, maybe it's $100 an axle now. So you're paying the guy $200. You're paying the mechanic $200, put your the brake man $200 on top of whatever you pay for your parts, versus paying him versus paying him $400 or $500, let's say, for him to get the parts and the labor, and you ain't getting the parts you want. He gonna go get the cheap parts and mark you up like you're getting premium parts. So now you paying him $500 when you could have paid him $400 and got premium. Okay, old hustle. Okay? Little things like that. Little things like that, and it works in business the same way. I'm rambling. I'm going off on topics. I hope this makes sense. Get out, talk to people is the ultimate point. Fellas and ladies, get out. Tomorrow's gonna be a great day for it. Get you some sun. Get you some sun. It don't always have to be a coochie, mac down conversation. You could just have regular talk. And women find that attractive, right? Women find that attractive, fellas. But because y'all don't have nothing going on, you don't really have nothing to talk about. I don't know if I got any comments. Anybody wants a one-on-one question about today's topic? I'll be more than happy to turn the seatbelt light off. Let me know in the comment. Let me know in the comment. If not, we're gonna go ahead and shut this one down. Gonna go ahead and shut it down. Do y'all got a scenario or something, or in lines with your city? I may be familiar with your city. I can make some individual suggestions for your city. or your region, you know. Amanize was talking about beaches coming up. Mayor's Beach Month, she said. So, ladies, y'all need to be going to the beach. Y'all need to be getting them bathing suits together. You know, if you want to be wearing to the beach, what beach are you planning on going to? We like going to Isle of the Palms down in South Carolina. That's Amanize turned me on to that, and I love that area. Versus Myrtle Beach. I mean, that's that turn up crowd. Sometimes you just want to relax and be on a more chilled vibe. That's, there are beaches for that. Up in Jersey, we had Round Valley. My Aunt Joyce used to love Round Valley. It was a lake, but it had a beach. The water was so clear at this lake. When you stood in this lake, you could see the fish swimming by your feet. That's how clear the water was, Round Valley. I think it was Round Valley. I think I'd have to ask her. She used to take me there when she was a kid. But that's what she used to do when she was single. She would take me with her. So I carried this shit. She thinks she's slick. I know what she was doing. She was making me carry stuff. But I like to play basketball. They have basketball courts out there. Go in the beach. Very clear, very low key. Different vibe from, going more popular beach. Um, Sandy Hook would have been the more popular beach. Very popular beach in New Jersey. On the Jersey Shore, Sandy Hook is very popular. But we would avoid all the traffic instead of sitting in traffic for an hour, 2 hours. We go the opposite way up. I think it was off of 78 to Round Valley, and different crowd, man. Totally different crowd. Better results. My aunt is married today, by the way, and she has been married for quite some time. So she must have knew something. She must have knew something. Like Coach said, I don't want to go where the ninjas is going. I want to go where the ninjas ain't going, and that's kind of what my Aunt Joyce was doing. Don't seem like I'm getting any comments right now, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. I mean, I'll take a comment in the chat out as well as anybody who wants to come up and go one on one and have a conversation. I'd rather have the conversation. Sometimes the questions are framed in a certain way from a preconceived point of view, and we don't really get to the root of it. I can't ask questions to peel layers back, so I'd rather be able to have a question to help y'all get the results that y'all want. You just looking for a little boo thing for the summer? I can give you that advice. You're looking for long term? I can give you some advice and some actions to take towards that. Everybody ain't looking for a long term relationship. You might just be looking for a little spring fling, that wraps up in the summer, trying to get yourself back out there, get your feet wet. You can't necessarily go from you ain't been in a relationship in quite some time to boom, you in a full-fledged relationship. You might need to work your muscles a little bit, stretch a little bit, have your little boo thing where you going out once a month with, you know, chit chatting with, just get your muscles flexed a little bit. Start out slow, get rid of that atrophy. Fellas, you ain't never been in a relationship. You might not be ready. You might need to put your training wheels on, fellas. Shake off that incel shit. Shake it off a little bit. Come out of your shell a little bit so you ain't weird. Okay? I think sometimes we try to Rome wasn't built in a day. And we're trying to build Rome in one day or in a short period of time. I think, fellas, y'all do that a lot. Especially in this manosphere space. You trying to apply things to you that don't apply to you because you don't have the experience. You don't have the muscles for it. You know, the hell with atrophy. You ain't never had the muscles. You ain't, you just now going to the gym for the first time in your life. You don't know what machines to use. You don't know where you should start. Sometimes you got to start on the treadmill, fellas. Start walking slow, building up a little sweat, and then you move on to ellipticals and some free weights. You can't just jump straight to free weights. You got to start with the bar. You got to start lifting that bar and getting reps in just with the bar before you start adding weights to it, because you can't do it that way. My son, I was talking to Bam the other day, Friday. He was going to the doctor. He pulled a muscle in his shoulder, and I said, and this is why boys need their fathers. I was an athlete all my life. His mother wasn't. Nobody in her on her side was ever an athlete. He's trying to be an athlete like I was, basketball particularly. Well, son, you got to do your calisthenics. You got it's what I've been trying to tell him, and she had been undermining me. And you got to do your stretches. You got to do your calisthenics, so that way you avoid some pulling muscles. And you nothing is 100%, but you got to stretch. You got to before you just jump in and start playing ball. It don't work like that. She don't know no better than that clown dude that she got around my kids don't know. Yeah, you right, Dad. I said, I know. I've been telling you this before. You got to stretch, right? I would take my kids outside, let them play, and you got to warm up. You got to do a little warm up. And that was part of the punishments I used to do for my kids is calisthenics. There was a method to my madness that she didn't understand and still doesn't. But anyway, that's all I got, man. That's all I got. See, that's a form of protection, by the way, ladies. We protect the people under our umbrella in many ways. It just ain't us trying to go out here and whoop somebody's ass. That's retaliation. But protection is prevention. So men teaching their sons to stretch and how to stretch and how to perform calisthenics before they go full out exercising or competing in a sport is preventative. It's protection. It protects them from hurting themselves later. That's what men do. And we think about things like that. But anyway, that's all I got. I went way longer than I planned on. Good conversation, I think. Good discussion here. I hope some of you benefited from it. Like the video on your way out the doors. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to get more of this content from the People's Podcast. Share it to your socials. Maybe somebody else can benefit from this. Right? Clip it up. Share the clip. It might be only a part of this. The part I'm talking about, SEO. That may benefit somebody you know. Share that with them. Okay? It ain't necessarily got to be the whole video. Right? Hit the Cash App. Send me $2 for the Pure Leaf Tea Fund. Help keep this content flowing. Right? We're gonna check one out, man. We're gonna check one out. Maybe back later. You never know. You never know. So
God damn it! You can't. I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my See, that nigga wanted the honey. Oh, wait.
but I may have one of them moments. I may have one of them moments to hit me and I go live. You never know with me. You never know with me. And sometime I'll research a topic and I'll do a show that I've researched for a couple of weeks and then do the show. So, and I'll schedule that. That's kind of how I flow. I don't try to force content, and I'm more organic with it. That's my flow. But we may do an after dark later on today. Nas might go live. I know she was planning on yesterday, but she may do it tonight. Saturday Night Live from Nas. I like how that sound, man. Saturday Night Live with Nas. I like how that sound. Bars. 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 See, a lot of y'all content creators, y'all like this, right? Charlie Clips. No, was it Charlie Clips? No, I think DNA said it, right? Y'all got the same, you can see y'all coming. It's bar, y'all candy content creators. Y'all candy asses. Bar, punchline, right? Y'all niggas not content creators, y'all fucking Kit Kat creators. That's a Kit Kat. 4 bars and 3 bars and a punchline is a Kit Kat. That's what y'all do. Got your moment. I'm gonna try to say something intelligent. Gotcha. I mean, it's almost predictable. Question, punch, the trap. You try to spring a trap on somebody. I mean, y'all are predictable, man. So predictable. That's all I got, man. People's Champ is out. Glad y'all came through, those who did. If you catch me on a rewatch, hey, I get those comments. I check those from time to time, too. I'll let your boy. We've been Israel is out. Shalom.